Salutations, known friends and trusted agents. Boy, are we excited to be in the launch phase of Just My Take Sports. Just a few guys being dudes. Jake, Trev, and myself, we all came together. And we thought it'd be a cool idea to launch a little project like this. Share some content that we're all interested in, that we know you're all interested in. And basically just join forces and have a good time. Our website launched today. I know Jake and myself have each put up a blog or two. I just put up a welcome blog tonight. It should be up by the time this video launches. Yesterday, Trev had episode 1 of Trev Talk Sports while playing video games, which is great content. That's up on the website as well. All our social media is up, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat in the works, YouTube, Just My Take Sports. Go check all that out. Like, follow, subscribe, share, do all that. Like you can see in the description of this video, it's got two purposes. Purpose number 1 is I'll be breaking down how I'm going to go about my theater visits. And purpose number 2 will actually be part 1 of theater visit number 1. So to get into giving you guys the rundown of theater visits. The content's going to launch in 3 parts. Part number 1 will be a quick video like the end of this video or a tweet, basically letting you guys know what I'm going to see and then giving you some details about the movie, like cast, crew, directors, if it set any records, box office, budget, Rotten Tomatoes score, which if anybody wants, please comment on this video. I can give content, either a tweet, video, or blog, basically breaking down how Rotten Tomatoes scores work, because the percentages is not what a lot of people think it actually means. You have to kind of break it down and realize what it actually means, and then it makes a lot more sense, so it can be very deceiving. So I'll get that content out. If you want it, just let me know. So yeah, that's part 1, quick video or tweet, my previewing post, letting you guys know what I'm seeing and some details about it. Part number 2 will be another quick video or tweet. It'll be my immediate reaction, knee-jerk reaction, right after my viewing. I will get it up. Basically letting you guys know what I thought, felt, my opinions on the movie during and how I felt after. I won't have any spoilers. I'll just let you guys know what I thought briefly. And yeah, that's part 2, another quick video or tweet. And then part 3 will be the meat of the post. It'll be a blog that'll drop anywhere from a day after to 3 days after my viewing. That way I can let my thoughts marinate, sit. That way it's not so much of a knee-jerk reaction, but I can be more thorough and more in-depth. But yeah, that's the blog. In that blog, I'll rate the movie 0 to 100, which I have an algorithm that I'm not going to share with you guys, but that's how I rate my movies, and I'll use that there. I might touch on some stuff that I touched on in part 1 and part 2, just getting back to it a little bit in the blog, and then I'll give like a plot rundown and review, and then at the very end I will have it disclaimed, but there will be a spoiler section diving deeper into the plot. So that's how my theater visits are going to come. Part 1, quick video or tweet, my previewing post. Part 2 will be another quick video or tweet, my immediate reaction. Part 2 will more than likely, and part 1 will more than likely be a video. The only times I may do a tweet for part 1 and part 2 is if I know the movie's going to be really average, but I'm going to see it anyway because that's what I do. But if it's going to be really bad or really good, yeah, I'll definitely be doing a video so I can rip into that or praise it. So yeah, that's my theater rundown. That's how the theater visits are going to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know, but that way I don't have to explain it every time I do it. And to get into it now, we're going to be part 1 of theater visit number 1. You guessed it, The Incredibles 2. I'm pretty excited for this one. I mean, we've all been waiting a while for this one. Everybody loved the first one. I love the first one. I'm a huge Pixar guy. Huge superhero guy, if you haven't noticed, always have been. Some of my fondest childhood memories involve superheroes in one way or another, so I love the first one. My childhood self would be thanking me for being this excited for the second one and going to see the second one. So yeah, I've heard it's better than the first one. I've heard it just falls short of the first one, but I haven't heard anything bad about it, so that is reassuring. Because sometimes the sequels, when they take this long to make, they can kind of be a letdown, but I've heard this one's not really a letdown at all, which is good. But just to get into some details of the movie, like the cast's pretty much the same for the most part. All the characters that were in the first one are the same. Voice actors in this one. The director is Brad Bird. He also does a screenplay of this movie. This movie actually has already set a record. Largest box office opening weekend for an animated film at $180 million. It's already up to $330 million at the box office for a movie that budget cost $200 million, which is good. It's already making a lot of money, about doubled up already, and it's just going to keep going. It's only, the second week. Right now, Rotten Tomatoes critics have it at a 94%. Viewers, I think, is an 87%, which is pretty good. Again, I can break that down for you guys if you need me to, because it's kind of confusing. IMDb has it at an 8.4 out of 10, which I would just like to say now so you all know. 10-point scales for movies ticks me off. Why can't you just make an 84 out of 100 like everybody else? Just do it out of 100 like everybody else. There's no need to get into decimals. Just do it out of 100. That's my rant on that. And Metacritic has it at an 80%, which is kind of lower than I thought it would be, but yeah, so that's it. Incredibles 2. I'm pretty pumped to see this tonight. I'll get back with my immediate reaction after the viewing. Until then, stay gritty.